Hello, hello, hello. Lovely. Okie dokie. So, I've been having a few issues with my microphone. So, if you have any trouble, please comment in the live chat. Today's class is going to be a full rocket vinyasa class. So, as always, please lay your mat out somewhere with a bit of space. Make sure you're fit and well to take this class. Don't push into pain. If you have any injuries or illnesses, please don't do this class. I know we all have funky things going on, but if there's anything like really not good with you, just honour your body. And I am going to start by setting up my area. So find your area, and we will get ready in a moment. Awesome. Unfortunately, the dog cannot stay on my mat, so Theo, bed. Good boy. So he's going to sit on his bed and chew his bone through the whole class. So if you do hear any barking or craziness, blame it on my dog. So I'm going to wait a few more moments before starting the class. Actually, his chewing is really noisy, so I'm going to take him into the other room. Bring that with you. That's going to look after you for a while because your chewing is right near the microphone. Okay. Okay, so we'll start the class. This is going to be a full rocket vinyasa class, inspired class, I should say. No copyright issues. So it's going to be quite long. It'll be about an hour and a half. It'll take you through a very Ashtanga-based, Ashtanga-inspired flow with some funky arm balances and a little bit of fun thrown in. So when you're ready, come into the front of your mat, toes together, heels slightly apart. And I'm going to face you for this. Okay, and just becoming comfortable in your body. So whatever rushing and craziness you've had going on throughout your day, arriving on the mat, feeling your feet on the floor, and knowing for the next hour and a half, however long you choose to follow this class, you are right where you need to be. You don't need to do anything but breathe. Whether you get poses, whether you don't, it doesn't matter. You've come here to honor and enjoy your body. So beginning that journey of honoring and enjoying our body by beginning to tune in to the inner world. So when we're out and about, or not out and about in the house these days, we tend to be distracted. Our mind tends to be very, very active. But just for the next few moments, bringing that awareness inside to the breath, to the inhale. See if you can feel that inhale really drawing length through the body. Top of the head reaches towards the sky. Lungs broaden and inflate. And that exhale, feeling the feet on the floor, feeling your shoulders sinking away from your ears, feeling that sense of grounding. Awesome. And again, 5 or 6 really fully aware breaths. Inhaling, feeling the sides of the ribs, maybe feeling the tummy start to draw in, Uddiyana Bandha. And that exhale, shoulders away from the ears, fingertips towards the floor, everything grounding. Making those breaths deep and long and full. Tuning into any injuries or ailments you may have. Just being aware that you're taking part in this class at your own risk. So if there is anything going on in the body, just allowing that to be in your awareness. Don't push into pain. Okay. And with that long and strong breath, we're going to take an inhale and lift our hands up towards the ceiling. And an exhale and bring our hands down to our heart. Let the elbows sink down, let the shoulders move away from the ears. And then draw in the core so you feel that real sense of rootedness moving you down towards the ground. Tuck the chin. A few more moments of awareness, moving from that sense of thinking into that sense of observing how the body is, observing the thoughts in the mind without having to interact with them. And as I've said, this is a fast-paced class. Please, at any point, adjust what we're doing. Please, at any point, take a rest. Turning on that Ujjayi breath. If you don't know what that is, just a deep, full breath. And seeing if you can keep that the whole way through the class. I'm automatically just gently rocking slightly, just finding that sense of grounding all the way through my feet. Deep inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. First round of Surya Namaskar A. Deep exhale, fold forward, release the head and neck. Bend the knees if you need to. Just allowing a soft curve of the spine, but trying to get your belly to your knees rather than your head to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Maybe your hands are on shins. Maybe your hands are spread evenly on the floor. Get some energy through the arms. Get some weight into the arms. As you exhale, step, jump or hop back to plank and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes. Option here for up dog, engaged feet, drawing the belly button forward. Or option here for cobra pose. Hands by the waist, lifting and lengthening through the chest. Big inhale. Finding that space at the back bend. Then exhale, lower the chin towards the floor, tuck the toes, draw the ribs in towards the ceiling as you press up and back to your downward dog. Maybe it's your first downward dog of the day. So spreading those fingers wide, lifting with an inhale the toes. And with an exhale, pressing those toes down, feeling engaged through the hands, through the feet. Relax the neck, maybe a few head nods. And gaze is really important, or drishti is really important in yoga. So drishti in between the legs or to the belly button if you're feeling a little bit more risque. And that gaze being focused on specific parts of the body helps the mind calm, helps those thoughts get redirected, helps bring the body into awareness and the mind to quiet. On the next inhale, I want you to lift your rib cage, hollow through the spine and the back, drawing the belly to the ceiling, belly button to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees, keep the gaze forward now as you hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, fold all the way forward, release the head and neck. Inhale, press through the feet, lift up through the arms, engage slightly through the legs. Big breath in and then an exhale to bring the hands down. Two more of those. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, release the head and neck for a moment, belly to thighs, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, lift and lengthen, long straight spine. Bend the knees if you need to here to get the hands on the floor. Rock some weight into those hands, push and protract through the shoulders as you hop or step back to your plank or chaturanga. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale up, up dog or cobra. Exhale, using the knees all rolling through the spine, coming up to your down dog. Spread the fingers wide, ground through the toes. This is your home pose. This is like coming home. When you first start learning yoga, it might not feel like this, but this is where you are meant to be right now. Push through the arms as much as you can and ease the ankles towards the floor. Maybe you want to pedal the feet out, maybe you don't. Keep that breath long and strong. Feel the inhale, fill the front of the chest, the sides, and the back of the chest. Feel that exhale, maybe relax the shoulders away from the ears slightly. That extra sense of grounding. Inhale, gaze forward, roll the body forward slightly. Exhale, bend the knees, hopping or stepping your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, press into the feet, scoop the arms like wings, reach up with energy. Exhale, come back to Samasthiti, your standing position. Keep the body engaged. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, releasing the head and neck. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Draw that belly in, draw the rib cage up and lengthen through the top of the head. Exhale, place the hands down, push the ground away and straighten the arms and rock shoulders over wrists. Maybe hopping, maybe stepping back to your chaturanga or plank. Lowering to chaturanga on an exhale, coming up and through to up dog or cobra on an inhale. Drawing in the belly button and tuck the chin as you come up and roll through to your downward dog, hips in the air. And you're really feeling as if your hips are being pulled towards the side corner of the room, so not towards the ceiling, but towards the side corner, so you've got a nice straight spine. And you can have as much or as little movement as you'd like in these postures. So I like a gentle rock sometimes I'm dancing to music I have playing. This is about embodying your practice. Where's your energy today? How can you authentically express yourself through these postures? Inhale, gaze forward, roll the body. Exhale, bend, hop or step your feet to the front of the mat. Lift and lengthen, half folding. Exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, release. And in a full practice, we do 2 more of those. But in the interest of time and stamina, we're going to move on to Surya Namaskara B. Exhale, bend the knees, come into chair pose. Inhale, lift the hands. Feel strong here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half fold, long through the neck, shoulder blades, slide down the back towards the buttocks. Exhale, place the hands down, rock that weight into the hands, maybe hop, maybe step back to chaturanga. Inhale, lift into up dog or cobra. Keeping those legs reaching back and engaged, keeping that heart lifting forwards as well as up. Rolling over, maybe using the knees, maybe not, into your downward dog. Inhale, cup the left foot round, step the right foot forward, sweep up. Exhale, place the hands down, stepping back and lowering. Inhale, lift through the chest, up dog. Exhale, roll back, down dog. Cupping the right foot round, stepping the left foot forward, sweep up, warrior A. Strong still in those legs, strong in the core, zipping the front body up, and then exhaling, coming down, lowering. Inhale, lift through the heart, lengthen. Exhale, push through the ground, draw up in the core, roll to your downward dog, or to a child's pose. So whatever best honors your practice today, whatever best honors where your body is at, find a few breaths there. Nice. So those of you in child's pose, coming up to downward dog. And again, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Think of kicking your bum maybe as you come to the front of your mat, or maybe you just step. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into those feet, but bend the knees as you lift up to your child's pose. Squeeze the knees together, strong reaching to the ceiling. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the hands up and bend the knees. One movement, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, gaze to the knees, release the head. Inhale, lift and lengthen, spine nice and long. Exhale, plant the hands, rock the way in and step back. Inhale, lift, up dog or cobra. Exhale, push into the hands, tuck the chin, draw up in the belly button, down dog. Cupping the left foot round, step the right foot forward. Sweep up, push through those legs, feel the power of the warrior. Exhale, plant those hands, spread the fingers wide, step back. Lower the body down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, push, do a downward dog. Inhale, cup the right foot round, step the left foot forward, sweep up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Lowering to chaturanga, inhaling to up dog, exhaling to down dog. Breathing here. Letting the jaw and face relax. A lot of instructions I've been giving you, a lot of movements you've had to coordinate. Letting that all melt away now, maybe taking a moment in child's pose to let all of that movement settle in. Those of you in child's pose, joining me again. In downward dog, inhale, gaze forward, roll forward, push into the hands, hollow the back. Exhale, keep that hollow, bend the knees, hop or step your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to that lovely Uttanasana chair pose, extending down with the buttocks, extending up with the head and the arms. Exhale, release. One more to go. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, release the head and neck. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Tuck the chin slightly to get that extra bit of length in the neck. Exhale, plant the hands down. Hop or step back to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Wherever you are, I want you to see if you can add an extra inhale here. Broaden through your shoulders, lift through the knees, and draw that heart forward. So you're getting the shoulders as far away from the ears as possible and as open as possible. Exhale, roll over the toes down. Cupping the right foot round. Stepping the left foot forward. Haha, I got you. Inhale, sweep the hands up, spread the fingers, energize through the arms. Exhale, bring it down. Step back, lower down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back downward dog. Cupping the right foot round. Oh, left foot round, stepping the right foot forward. Sweeping up, I got myself. Breathe here, drawing the core, just getting some awareness in the front body now. Exhale, come down, step back. As you lower down, I want you to think of your body going in one long line forward and elbows keeping into the side as you lower down. Inhale, lift up, up dog. Exhale, roll over, down dog. Breathing here. And I'd encourage you to take a rest in child's pose because we're going to do a little bit of hopping in the next part, so just taking a moment of grounding is good. Amazing. Inhale, everyone rolling up, all those in down dog, coming down to your knees for a moment, just to warm up the wrists. So bringing the backs of the hands down on the floor and just rolling from side to side. So I'll show you this way. You can't quite see. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. And then maybe doing a few pushes off the ground, some rotations, landing down, push, rotate, land down, push, roll the other way, so much harder, land down. So you're just keeping that core nice and soft. You notice I don't go push. There's nothing mobile here. So practicing keeping that solidity in the body by drawing the core and the ribs in. Keeping everything nice and solid. And keeping this really tight. Drawing the ribs to the ceiling, drawing the belly button in. And I'm just working with the arms. Okay, when you're ready, coming up to your downward dog. We're going to work on some tuck jumps forward into our chair pose. So when you're ready, taking those feet a little bit closer to the hands and just feeling what it feels like to have all of your weight, shoulders over wrists. Okay? And while you're there, drawing the core up and in. So I'm not dipping and going forwards. I'm pushing as much as I can away from the ground and drawing the ribs away too. So I'm stacking here. And maybe today it's just bringing the knees up and in. Maybe that's enough for you. Keep your gaze between your fingertips. If you'd like to, a few tuck jumps, squeezing the knees together, squeezing the ankles together, and kicking your own bum, which sounds hilarious, but it's really good for practicing and visualizing. So one more time, everyone together, landing feet between the hands. Inhale, sweep up Utkatasana. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, back into Utkatasana for 5, 4, 3. This time, interlock the hands, push them away from you, and come into a kind of half fold. So you're creating a flat back position and stretching your arms above the head. 3, 2, 1. With a big exhale, plant the hands on the ground. With a big inhale, roll the backs of the knees into the arms. So this is a time for, if you're proficient with crow, you can take crow, or maybe you just stay here, resting some weight in the hands. Elbows facing backwards, hands facing forward, knees into the back of the arms. This is a super advanced class, and you may want to stop here, take a rest, or continue the flow with me. If you're in crow, jumping back and finding chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're not in crow, then stepping back to your plank, moving through that vinyasa, and meeting us in down dog. Take a moment. I definitely need one. And then inhale with the right leg. Push through the arms, stretch through that leg, and it's one long line of action. And then gaze forward. As you exhale, squeeze that knee into the chest and step it between the hands. Twisting that back foot slightly around and coming up to your warrior one. We're going to stay here for a moment. So find somewhere that feels good. Press back through that back leg. Bend that a little bit deeper into the front leg. And keep those arms nice and active. Knit the core up and in. Exhale, gently reach forward with the hands. So you're creating a straight line down the body and super engaged in the core. Inhale, press into that front foot, lift up to your warrior 3 for 5. Keep wobbling. Focus on stretching through the fingertips and the foot. 3, 2, 1. Drop the right hand towards the floor. Lift the left fingertips, coming into your half moon for 5, 4. Really focus on rolling that hip up and open. 3, you can have the fingers on the floor if you want. 2, 1. Exhale, back foot comes down. Spread those arms nice and wide. Finding your warrior 2. Knees stacked over ankle, pressing back through the back leg, energizing through the arms. And trying not to pouch too much forward or back. Trying to keep the shoulders on top of the hips, and the hips pushing slightly forward. Nice. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the front leg, the right leg. Exhale, right hands towards right shin or to the floor. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Breathe and inhale, lengthen that top of the head towards the wall in front of you. Exhale, push into those feet so you get that lift of energy out of the ground, so you're not jumping into that bottom arm. Inhale, lift up. Here comes the fun bit. Exhale, bend the front knee, hop the back foot in. Gently cartwheel the hands around, so your left hand is coming onto your right shin, or maybe to the floor beside your right foot, and you're reaching up with your right hand. Try and cup the buttocks in towards the center line of your mat, and open and broaden across the chest. With an inhale, feeling like your shoulder blades and your shoulders are moving as far away as possible. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, you can either just cartwheel up or you can hover your back foot off the floor and in mid-air cartwheel to your side angle pose. So let me show you from this side where we're going with this. So either hand on the floor or forearm to thigh. We're reaching up and over. Remembering that the rocket yoga practice is one that we're meant to do again and again and again, the same poses. So this seems fast-paced and it seems like a lot, but once you get the flow of the movement moving, then it starts to encode in your body and feels super nice, super flowy. Breathe deep, bend a little bit more, stretch a little bit back through that back leg, and open the heart sideways. Inhale, lift up. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, come onto the back toe. Bring the hands together. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, bend through the knee. Release the head and shoulders. So you're in humble warrior. So using the last exhale to really ease everything down, stretch through the fingers, finding where your sensation is. Then inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of you. Take a moment here, moment of grounding. Inhale, lift and lengthen again, finding that long straight line through the body. Exhale, twist through that axis. So coming into a neutral, long straight line before you twist, so that you're getting a twist all the way through your back. Lovely. Maybe it's a fist on a palm, palm on palm. Maybe you're being super eager, rolling gently the weight forward so you can lift your back foot off the floor. Maybe you're at that stage of life. Keep breathing fully. Then draw the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale and twist, lift up. If you'd like to handstand, you can, or just exhaling, placing the hands down on the floor, stepping back. Lowering down, use the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift up dog or cobra. Exhale, press the ground away, tuck the chin, roll through the spine, down dog. Okay, 3 options here. Everyone exhaling, knees to the floor. Child's pose for a moment, but keep your chin facing the screen. So breathing here, this is option 1. It is a lovely, juicy option. And this is the perfect time to take a rest. If you're feeling more energized coming up, forearms under or elbows under shoulders, spreading those hands wide, pushing into the ground. And this is option number 2. So feeling that sense of engaging and pushing through, arching and hollowing. You can maybe extend the legs, you can maybe tiptoe forward. So it's up to you. This is option 2. And option number 3 is all of that with a leg lift, or coming all the way up to your forearm stand. Now I've got to the weird point where forearm stand is like a rest pose to me. So just ignore me and all my gymnastics. If you want to stay on the floor, stay grounded, that is a nourishing place to be. If you are kicking up, Then rather than flinging the legs, I want you to keep the legs as straight as possible. Just bend the bottom leg. Amazing. And make sure you swap legs, swap sides. Keep pushing that ground away. Don't let your head sink towards the ground. And when you're ready, everyone together, exhaling. 2 deep breaths in child's pose. 1, 2. Melting away with the exhale. Inhale with all the awareness you can muster, sending that awareness into your fingertips, into your toes, rolling up. This is my body, this is my practice. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back down with them. Releasing the head and neck rolling. Getting ready to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Really lengthening, pushing through the hands, engaging the core, drawing your ribs up and in, feeling everything on. Should be hard work if you're not used to it. Exhale, sweep that knee through, push the ground away, placing it between the hands. Cupping the back foot round, left foot forward. Sweeping up to your warrior. Same thing with warrior 8. Pushing back through the back foot, bending into that front foot, squaring the hips towards the front edge of your mat, drawing in the front core of your body. Let the shoulder blades ease down the back a little. So I want you to find that beautiful balance between, okay, I don't have to be working super hard, and this feels powerful. When you're ready, exhale. The whole front body leans forward, stretching through the arms, body horizontal with the floor. And you're rolling onto that back toe as you inhale, press into the front foot. Holding here, stretching through the back leg, trying to keep the hips square with the ground. 2 more. And exhale, lower the left hand down, lift the right foot and arm up. Coming into half moon, maybe your fingertips are on the floor here. Heart open, everything feeling strong. And then exhale, bend the front leg to bring the back foot through to the floor. In warrior 2. Whew. Stretching those hands out, pressing the feet into the ground. As you extend through the arms, see if you can simultaneously draw the shoulders away from the ears. Again, that little ease into the front knee, a little engagement back into the back foot. Really feeling the contact of the ground in this warrior, feeling the strength of the arms. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hips move backwards, torso moves forwards as you bring left hand to left ankle, left shin, or maybe to the floor. Focusing on that sense of rolling the ribcage up and open to the ceiling, rolling the top hip back on top of the bottom hip. And again, see if you can get those shoulders away from the ears and really loosen that neck. Nice. With an inhale, lift up. Straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, bend the front knee, hop the back foot in. Cartwheeling the hands. Right hand beside left foot or on left shin. Reaching up with the left hand. Again, I'll twist so you can see what I'm doing. And I want a lot of energy expanding both ways. So simultaneously reaching the top of the head forward and reaching the buttocks backwards. Reaching the top hand up or reaching the bottom hand down. Lovely. Inhale, lift up. Nice. And again, if you want to, you can do a little hop, air time, or just twist and open out into your side angle pose. Again, options here. Moving forearm to thigh, bending that front left knee. Breathing into the side of this rib, really stretching down through that back foot, feeling that sensation of length. And play with extending that shoulder out and then drawing it back in. Where is comfortable for you? Maybe your hand is on the ground. Maybe you're in a bind today. When you're ready, inhale, cartwheel the hands up. Exhale, take that left hand and that right hand behind you, twizzling onto your toes. Extend and interlocking the hands behind your back. Lifting through the chest for a moment. and exhaling into humble warrior. Head comes towards the floor. Maybe you want to keep it high today. Maybe we're just here. That's perfectly fine. So remember, this is humble warrior, so it's about letting go a little bit. Careful of the knee moving too far out to the side, so keep the energy drawn into the center line of your mat. One last exhale. Inhale, sweep the hands up, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down to the chest. Moment of just, I'm here. Everything I do is good enough. Nice, when you're ready, gently exhaling, finding that nice neutral spine, and then twisting. Awesome. So as you're twisting, you're bringing your elbow, right elbow to your left thigh, maybe fist on palm, pushing and lengthening through the top of the head, as well as using that exhale and that belly drawing in to twist and wring out the center of the body. When you're ready, inhale, let it all go, sweep the hands up, maybe have a little boogie. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into your plank pose. Lower down, keeping those elbows into the side, let the body move forward as the elbows seem to move back. Inhale, lift up dog, or cobra pose. Exhale, rolling through the spine down. Take a breath or two here. And then we know our options, so sinking to our knees, and maybe coming all the way down into our sweet child's pose. Maybe bringing those elbows and shoulders in line, pushing the ground away and holding it here. Maybe straightening, bringing the hips up into the sky, keeping the ribs knotted in. So the temptation here is to drop into the shoulders, push the floor away, draw the ribs in towards the ceiling. Maybe we tiptoe forward, some hips that kind of over our elbows. Maybe we send a leg in the air. Maybe we send two legs in the air. Maybe we don't. Maybe we're just kicking. That's great. Wherever you are is fantastic. Breathe. Whatever you're doing, from child's pose to forearm stand. If teaching live has taught me anything, it is the importance of breath. Because when I'm talking, I can't breathe. And it's really hard. 10 times harder. I do my morning practice and I'm not sweating a bit. I go on live and teach and I'm like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Amazing. So remembering to keep those legs nice and active. And when you're ready, everyone moving, melting down into child's pose. Forehead down, fingertips down, feeling that energy. Any of that sense of holding, any of that sense of tension with a big exhale. Just letting it sink into the mat, letting it drain away. Inhale, roll up to that tabletop position. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to your downward dog. Relax. Gently walking or pressing the hands back to the feet. Once you come into your forward fold, bend the knees as much as you need to. Grab hold of the toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine, drawing the shoulders back towards the bum. Exhale, heart reaches down towards the toes, ribs towards the thighs, top of the head down if you can, but you might be here. And that's great. If you're here, I want you to focus on getting the belly and the thighs together and lengthening through the top of the head. There's no point in fighting to get the ground, so shoulders drawing back, length through the top of the spine. Option here, if you'd like to tuck those hands under the feet and play with a little Pada Hastasana, elbows out to the side, broadening with an inhale through the shoulders and the back. Maybe you're still here, holding the toes, that is great. Okay. While you're here, I want you to heel toe your feet together. And for those of you that know handstand position, we're going to pop up into handstand position. For those of you that don't, we're going to pop up and then I'll talk you through it. So with an inhale, you're going to sweep your hands up, come onto your toes. Nice. Draw the hips forward and the ribs back. Lengthen the shoulders up to the ears, straight hands, knitting the butt cheeks together, the legs together. Everything is nice and straight and strong. And then tiptoeing all the way to the front of the mat. And exhaling here. Oh, that was good. Inhale, open wide on your mat, towards the long edge of your mat. Nice. Okay. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, bend the knees if you need to. Keep pushing into the back, side edges of the feet. Forward fold here. Maybe your hands come to the floor, maybe they don't. Wherever you are, inhale, activate the legs, activate the core to lengthen you to a half fold. And then exhale, relax all the way down. Okay, nice. Releasing that top of the head towards the floor. Using that breath, this is an amazing time to get back into the big inhale and the big exhale. And then slowly making it subtly more shallow, just so it's comfortable for the rest of your practice. But keeping that sense of depth, that sense of vastness in the breath, that sense of focus in the breath. Press into the feet, inhale, lift the hands, gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, broaden through the elbows, broaden through the chest. Exhale, hips to the sky, chest towards the ground. Holding here for 3 or 4 breaths, letting the neck grow long. Inhale, sweep all the way up, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, interlock the hands behind your back. Inhale, press the hands down towards the floor. Maybe you're holding elbows if this is too much for you. And exhale, fold forward. If this feels super easy for you, you can try rocking the weight slightly into the front of the feet, slightly into the toes. Believe me, it makes it slightly more challenging. Keep breathing as those shoulders open and sink. Breathe calm into the area you're stretching. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arms out to the side or up to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands down towards the toes. Bend the knees if you need to. Again, half fold to unroll, uncurl that spine. Drawing the shoulders broad and open. Sliding the shoulder blades down your back. Heart is reaching towards the front of the room. And then exhaling, folding down. Inhale, bring those hands out in front of you underneath your shoulder blades, spread the fingers wide, heel toe your feet apart. Amazing. This is my most hated pose, so don't worry if this feels horrible. Just tiptoeing the feet as wide as is comfortable, keeping the resistance in the hands and the engagement in the core so that you don't sink too far down. Amazing. When you're ready, heel toeing those feet in slightly, turning to the right side of your mat, bringing your left knee down and your left hip over your knee. Extending out through the front foot into half splits. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, fold. Maybe rolling through the spine a few times. Full splits is an option here if you would like to. Wherever you are, gently, gently, gently. Granny walking, so rolling around to the other edge. Walking with your hands. Bring the right knee down, right hip over knee, extending the left foot. Taking an inhale, opening through the heart. And then exhale, gazing forward, releasing the head and neck down. Really using your breath, your buttocks reach back. Your heart reaches forward as you inhale. You just notice what you're doing with your neck. See if you can loosen the neck out a little bit. Again, full splits is an option here. Nice. When you're ready, inhale back up. Exhale, walk the hands back into a wide stance on your mat. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to stack shoulders over wrists, push the ground away and do a few hops. And as you hop, you're drawing the rib cage up, pressing the ground away, and it's more like a press through the hands than a jump through the feet. Amazing. If you can catch it, that's great. Sweeping it all the way down to your bum. But if you can't catch it, that doesn't matter. Just finding a way to slowly squat down into a wide-legged position. Breathe here. Inhale, reach the hands up. Nice. Exhale, left hand comes onto the right thigh. Reach the right hand over. And rather than reaching for the toe, I want you to plug down through the right hip and reach through the hand. Nice. Opening that side body. Try not to hunch so that inhale spreads and breathes openness and rolling open to the ceiling. Inhale, sweep up to neutral. Exhale, opposite side. Again, plugging down through that left thigh, reaching open through that hand, and seeing how much you can really stretch downward and ground through the hips as you inhale and breathe into the side of your body. Inhale, come back up. Exhale here. Inhale, sweep the hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, bring the belly down. Do not worry if you're like, how is that girl flattened herself on the floor? I'm up here. Bend your knees. Come up onto the sit bones. So if you're like this, imagine you're trying to climb up a rope and just pull yourself up onto your sit bones. Nice. Everyone together, inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, taking both hands either side of one of your legs, it doesn't matter which one. Leaning forward, and we're going to push forward through the floor. So it's not a down action, it's almost a forward action. And we're going to draw that thigh, keep it super active. Imagine drawing it in towards the body. And that's going to lift us off the ground. This feels super easy. Both legs come up, or one leg's come up. We're just bouncing like this. Amazing. And if you can hold it up there, I want you to clap the feet. But if it's super hard and you're like, what? Take those feet, make sure they're kind of mid-thigh, and you're doing the scooping and you're drawing the drawing up, and over time we'll get there, keeping both legs engaged. Exhale, everyone down. Inhale, fanfare arms all the way around to the other side, and try it this side. Again, you're leaning over, you're drawing the ribs and core in, pushing that ground away. You can do this. Pressing through the floor, lifting up. Maybe clapping, maybe just being like, I'm glued to the ground. That's perfectly normal. Again, holding it there if you can for a few more moments, or maybe just fight the floor away. Rah! Awesome. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, lift the hands up, lift the feet up. Maybe you have to bend the knees, maybe you have to hold the legs, that's fine. You're going to find somewhere to bounce on your core, and then you're going to try and, what I call butt walk, your way to face the front of your mat again. Facing the front of your mat, take an inhale, lift the hands, roll back. Exhale, see if you can pop up onto your feet. Inhale, exhale. Next one, we're going to stand up no matter what. Bring the hands down and step back to your downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step that right foot in between your hands and your feet. Cup the back foot and the left foot round. Sweep the hands up as if you're super melodramatic. Exhale, bring the hands together behind you. Either hold the elbows or palms together. Inhale, draw up in the core, lengthen through the heart. Press the hands together. Hold on to the elbows. Exhale, chin towards shin. Maybe you stay here, lengthening long through the neck, through the spine. If your body allows, without rounding the back, chin towards shin. Breathing here. This is a stretch for most people, so don't worry. Inhale, lift halfway up so you come horizontal to the floor. Bend that front knee, sweep that front foot in towards the chest. So squeezing the knee in, standing on one leg. Broaden through the shoulders, strong here, straight through the bottom leg. If you would like to here, you can take that foot out, hand to the hip. If you're feeling super, super, super risque, chin towards shin. Nice, but wherever you are, holding nice and fully. If you're holding the knee, bringing that knee out to the side. If you're holding the leg, bringing that leg out to the side. And imagine you're slightly pushing the knee into your hand to keep that stability there. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take that foot backwards and step or handstand back into your chaturanga. Inhale, lift through the chest, up dog. Exhale, roll back down dog. Same thing on the other side. Cupping the opposite foot round, stepping into the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, bringing the hands behind you. Interlocking all palms together. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, lengthening forwards. Again, really drawing those shoulders back into their sockets. Lengthening through the neck, letting it release, letting the jaw go. And then making sure that breath is still full and deep. Inhale up to a half fold. Exhale, bend that front knee, sweep that back foot through, hold the knee. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, engage through the legs. And again, option here to take the foot. Option here to chin to shin. Whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, again, bringing it out to the side. Whoosh. And then back to center and taking it back into your plank pose. Exhaling down, inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, find your child's pose. Not child's pose, well, you can find child's pose or downward dog, one of the two. We're going to come through to the seated portion of this now. You have made it over the top of the mountain. You're on your way down, just a little bit more floor and core to go. So we're going to practice a little hop through. So if you want to just walk the feet, bend the knees, find the bottom of the ground and roll to seated, that's great. If you'd like to do a little hop, then I want you to focus on pushing the ground away, making the body as small as possible. So drawing those knees up into your chest, like that. Have a few goes. I'm going to bring in an extra distraction for you, because I think we need it in these times where we're meant to be focusing. Okay. So when you're ready, everyone landing in a seated position. Legs outstretched, toes pointing up to the ceiling, strong hips and shoulders in line. Bring the hands either side of the body. We're in Dandasana. This is our kind of meditation pose. We're back to where we're meant to be. Now, if you hear rustling, that is the dog licking out an empty peanut butter jar. Chin tucked slightly and just keep that breath. Bring it into the banders now. So drawing up through the core, lifting through the pelvic floor. And then with an inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Chest open to toes, holding the edges of the feet. Maybe you inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, Move a little bit further. Maybe you need to bend the toes. Maybe you have a dog licking your face. No. Sit. Good boy. Okay, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you about a few foot distance. Point the toes and lift those hips up to the sky, reaching up through the chest, dropping the head back. If this feels a bit gammy on the back, you can stack the feet just by the hips and lift up to a tabletop reversed. Again, option, you can keep your chin tucked here or let it release back. Wherever you are, 2 more deep breaths. 1, 2. And then with a really gentle exhale, lowering yourself down. Theo, don't take that. Good boy. Nice. And we're going to do a vinyasa. This is optional, so you can stay seated and wait for the next posture, being really mindful of your breath, or you can vinyasa with me. So bring those knees up to the chest, bring those hands out, push the ground away, find your way to get your feet back into your plank, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, lift to up dog. Exhale, swing back to down dog. Exhale here. Inhale, gazing forward, making your way through to your seated posture. Maybe that looks like walking, maybe that looks like jumping, that's fine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Nice. And option here is to either take full half lotus or bring the side of your foot into your crux of your elbow and the knee into the crux of the other elbow, keeping that foot really active. And just rock here to loosen up the hip. So here is great. If you want to roll that down, you also can. If you're rolling it down, you can also fold forward, but that's up to you. Find the rhythm of your breath again. You inhale and you exhale, maybe helping you rock. And then wherever you are, bring that knee back into the chest. And exhale, either tucking that foot behind you, coming into Adho Svanasana, super hard to say, or you can just stick that leg out to the side if it's too much on the knee. Take an inhale, find that lift through the sit bones, and that exhale to fold towards the front extended leg. And again, breathe here, just 3 breaths here. Inhaling, lengthening, find your focus on your toes. Exhaling, releasing, feeling the draw back in the hips and the belly button to keep you rooted. Inhale, lift up, bring that knee back in. Option here to vinyasa. Or just bring it maybe a little tuck up. If you want to know how to do this, we'll do it in the next round. And then swap legs, drawing the left knee into the chest. And again, full half lotus for those that want to, or bringing the foot into the crook of the knee, crook of the arm, and then the knee into the crook of the arm, and just rocking side to side. Take an inhale to sit up really upright on the sit bones. Maybe an exhale takes that knee a little bit closer to the chest. Try and keep the ankle in a nice angle, so not twisting it out to the side. And wherever you are, if you come down into half lotus and you're folding, that's great. Breathe deeply. Inhaling up. Exhaling, putting that foot back down on the floor. Inhale, find the length through the spine. Exhale, send that foot behind you, or stretch it out to the side if that's nicer on the knee, and fold towards the front leg. Trying to keep that weight pushing down through both hips at the same time, even though you're folding over one leg. And don't worry if your fold looks like this, rather than this. Both is great. Wherever you find sensation is a fantastic place to be. So using the inhale and the exhale to drop over your foot. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing that leg. And we're going to vinyasa again, or you can stay where you are in Dandasana, waiting for the next posture. If you're vinyasa-ing, drawing those knees in and you rock onto the hands which are in front of your buttocks. A lot of people make the mistake of pushing here. So you rock in front and then imagine drawing your hips up and in. So you're squeezing your core forward, finding chaturanga or plank. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. When you're ready, hop, stepping or jumping using an inhale to find your way into seated position. The next thing we're going to do is inhale, draw that right knee in. Exhale, let it flop out to the side. If it's up in the air, then maybe you support it a little bit with the hands. If you can drop it all the way to the side, jiggle on your sit bones, lifting up, and then exhaling forward to the outstretched foot. Okay, I'm just going to swap the toy my dog is chewing, because at the moment, he is chewing a peanut butter jar. Awesome. Okay. So you should be folding over that front foot now. Right foot in, left foot extended. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, here comes the tricky bit. Super slowly roll back. Keep the core locked in. Bend this knee into above the hip, drawing the core in. This might be enough, lifting the shoulders off the ground, interlacing the hands behind your head to let it relax the neck. Holding here for 5, maybe you pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. If this is super easy, you can pause the video and do 20 more of those, or rocking up and over into a downward dog position. Oh, amazing. So if you liked to handstand, this is your chance to handstand. If you like to child's pose, who doesn't? This is your chance to child's pose. If you're handstanding, come into a chihuahua pose. I want you to lift one leg and just do some switches through the feet. Use the same principles as we have been. So arching, stacking, leaning into the hands, lifting through one foot, and then just swapping it. Keeping those legs super straight. And then everyone together, exhaling and inhaling, finding your way through to seated, to repeat on the other side. Take an inhale, bring your left knee in. Exhale, let it flop out to the side. Maybe support it and stay seated. Or if you feel that you have room to, exhale, folding forward over that outstretched leg. Ooh, I have dog slobber on my face. It's great. Keeping that grounding foot really active, so active that you're almost imagining it's pulling into the trunk of your body. The core is drawing up and in, and you're folding over that drawing up and in sensation. Here. Good boy. My dog's just looking the bin now. He likes to be the center of attention. When you're ready, inhale, lifting up. Nice. And then again, this is the exhale. This is the hardcore bit. Super slowly rolling back. Finding that cup in the back. Lifting the shoulders off the ground. Lengthening that leg towards the floor, but not letting the ankle meet the ground. Not letting the shoulders meet the ground. And drilling that lower back down. Holding here, knee over hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, option to pause and do that for 20 more seconds, all rolling up to your downward dog. Nice. Again, an option for handstanding, an option for rest. Both are amazing options right now. Breathe deep. If you're handstanding now, I want you to use the breath. So hands spread wide, wrists and shoulders stack over one another. Press through the hands, especially the space between the thumb and the finger. Come up onto your tiptoes. Lift one leg, lift the other leg. Lift one leg, lift the other leg. Awesome. Then everyone together, exhaling, finding a moment of rest. Inhale, hop, step or jump your way through to a seated position. Awesome. Bring that knee into the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, I want you to fold in between that leg, reaching the arms forward to the feet, pressing that foot down about a hand's distance between your thigh and your foot. Inhale, lift again. You're lifting up through the belly button, lengthening through the heart, and then rolling over that. Option here to bind, bringing the hands around and holding onto the wrist. But don't worry if you're not sure what I'm doing behind me. If you don't know, it's probably better just not to try. Finding that openness in the heart, the drawing back of the shoulder blades, the drawing forward of the energy for lengthening. And then with this one, we inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, hugging that knee into the chest, into the midline, and bringing the left hand behind us. Theo, down. Good boy. Hope it's super calming that I tell my dog off halfway through this. So you're finding this twist. If this feels super good, you can bring the right arm, or the left arm, getting confused now. Bring the arm that's opposite side to the knee normally, over in front of the knee. Maybe you bind, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The dog looks in my face. Amazing. Extend both hands out so you're still chest facing knee. Press the bottom hand down and lift the hips up, coming onto the side of the foot. Maybe the bottom knee's down. Maybe the bottom knee's up. Maybe the bottom knee's out. Cool. And wherever you are, coming through to a plank pose or to a chair pose. Chair pose or to a tabletop pose. If you're in a tabletop pose, I'm going to take those knees slightly behind the hips. Draw the core up and in. So you're still working on your core or your implant. Nice. And then when you're ready, pushing back through the feet into your downward dog. If your screen is on the opposite side and you want to keep it in front of you, you can change your direction by dancing around them. Amazing. With an inhale, roll the weight forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hop, stop, jump your way through to a seated position. Come on, guys, you're still doing well. Bend the left knee up and in. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, folding forward, wrapping the arms around. Don't you dare. Theo, down. The dog is not allowed on the sofa. Amazing. So you're in that same position, maybe holding the foot, maybe wrapped around. Breathing deeply. We're coming towards the end. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twisting chest towards knee, hand behind you, twisting towards the bent leg. Maybe you're here, keep that outstretched leg active, keep sitting up on top of those sit bones. Maybe you bring the elbow in front. Maybe you bind. Whatever you're doing, whatever feels good for you, amazing. Breathe here for 5, length, openness through the shoulders, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release, spread the arms out. Bring that back hand down, so the hand the same side as your knee, push into the ground, lift the hips up. Maybe bring the knee down, maybe bring it in, maybe bring it out, whatever works for you. Holding here, keeping those hips high, drawing the chest open, neck long, and then exhaling into either your tabletop or your plank. If you're in tabletop, knees are a little bit back and you're still core strong up and in. And this is when we push back to our downward dog. And again, you can always dance the feet around. So you're facing the right side on your mat. And then when you're ready, come through. to your seated position. You're going to take the right knee into the chest, or if you feel confident, outstretch leg and rock back onto your back. Draw the knee in, or keep it outstretched. If it's outstretched, you can lift shin to shin. I'm just going to stay here. We're coming towards the end now. I'm feeling good. So feel the back grounding, feel the low back grounding. Feel the back of the head relaxing. And then when you're ready, kicking into your foot, exhaling it down, swapping over. Take a few tries at that kick up if it's something that's not familiar to your body. Bring the knee in. Theo. And relax back. The cat is outside the window. And again, you have to outstretched. Theo. And wherever you are, I like to get a sense of grounding. Maybe you're extending the foot up into the shin. Maybe not. Breathing, letting the low back relax out. Awesome. And then bringing both knees in, all rocking up. And rocking back. That was a very subtle but very appreciated removal of the hold. Rocking up and rocking back. And then finding your way onto your back. Heels by hips. Shoulders tucked slightly under. And then pressing into your heels. Inhale, lifting the hips, rolling onto the top of the shoulders. Breathing into that space at the front of the body. And exhaling down. So we're going to do this 3 more times. If you know Dhanurasana and would like to take it, you are more than, not Dhanurasana. If you know wheel posture and you'd like to take it, you are more than welcome to. So pressing into the feet, lifting through the hips, and rolling up into the spine. Holding here for 2 or 3 breaths. Keep the knees slightly squeezed in. And then exhaling super slowly down. One more time for everyone. Inhaling, lifting, feeling like it's the breath that's moving you now. Holding here for 2 breaths. Each inhale lifts the chest towards the chin. Lifts the low ribs towards the ceiling. And then on the next exhale, roll down. Amazing. Draw the knees into the chest. Give it a rock and roll side to side and the low back. Nice. Reach those legs into the ceiling and let the blood pour down from toes to hips now. Maybe you need to hold the legs, that's fine. And again, we're just working into that sense of grounding. Sense of letting go. Low back melting into the floor, shoulders relaxing into the ground, face releasing as you exhale. When you're ready, bending your knees into your chest, taking a rock and a roll, finding your way back into your downward dog. One of our last downward dogs. Everything gentle now, everything slowing. If you've been having music on, now is the time to turn the volume down, to change the song to your relaxation playlist. Inhale, reach the right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that knee towards the right wrist. Ankle towards the left wrist. Coming into your pigeon pose. You can keep this foot super close to your hips if you like. Maybe you stay here, maybe you fold. We're going to do 3 super deep breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling, the left hip really grounds down. Inhaling. Finding that length. Exhaling, melting into the hips. Inhaling. And sighing it all out. Inhale, lift the chest up, lift it's down. Exhale, take a moment here. Tuck the back toes, press in as you inhale up. And exhale, ground to a downward dog. Inhaling, lifting the left leg, same thing. Exhale, bending the knee. Bring the knee towards the left wrist, ankle towards the right. Take an inhale, open through the heart. Exhale, fold forward. That foot can be super near the hips or it can be super far away. One more super deep breath. Sighing it all out. Inhale, lift, press into the hands. Exhale. Downward dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, ground the knees to the floor. So this is a time for an option to headstand or do a final handstand. So I'm going to talk you through headstand. If you're handstanding, you have 2 minutes to go and use the wall. Awesome. So when you're ready, if you're headstanding or just trying to have a bit more of a chill, we'll take you through the options here. So when you're ready, creating a tripod. So that means elbows and shoulder in line on both sides. You're creating quite a small triangle, like it should be about the size of your face. It shouldn't be like out here. And maybe today all you want to work with is a cat-cow in this position. So keeping your arms locked in position, inhale, lifting through the chest, gazing up. Exhale, pushing through the arms, drawing the hips back, gazing down. This is super juicy, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, pressing away. And it's great at practicing to keep those arms exactly where you want. If you want to move a little bit further, keep that arched position. Bring the arms down to the ground. Tuck the toes and push up into a downward dog on your forearms. Still, your elbows are pretty close together. You're pushing and activating into the ground here. And you can hold here, maybe bending the knees, maybe lifting a leg, using the inhale and the exhale to shift weight, keeping pressure equal in the hands. If you feel super confident, you can tiptoe the very crown of the head to the ground. Lift one leg and then the other. Or doing an egg, so drawing the knees right into the nipples, keeping it low. Do what is safe in your practice. Do what is kind in your practice. If you're in that headstand and it's feeling really super easy, then maybe coming into an L shape, maybe practicing moving the legs. And then when you're ready, you have another few moments, so take your time. Coming into a wide leg child's pose. If you've got tight ankles or tight hips, then you can sit up on a cushion or slide a roll towel underneath your feet. Coming down into a child's pose, releasing the heart, forehead to the ground. And when you get here, I want you to spend at least 5 breaths. Sinking into the floor. Allowing the buttocks to really reach through the heels to the ground. Letting the shoulders just soften, switching off. Letting the eyes and the face gently grow heavier, relax, release. And keeping that breath now natural, soft, sighing. When you're ready, inhale, rolling up. Exhale, tucking the toes, coming back into your downward dog. Hop, stepping or jumping your way through to a seated position on your mat. Maybe you take lotus position here. Maybe you stay in an easy seated position. Taking a moment, closing the eyes. Really coming back into the practice. You've done loads of work with the body. Now it's time to come back to where we started, the stillness, the intention of enjoying this no matter what. When you're ready, inhale, reach those hands out. Exhale, bring them behind you. Either hold the elbows, or if you'd like to, coming into full Gardha Pindasana or holding onto the toes. Lifting and then folding forward. Head on the ground, just releasing, opening through the shoulders this last time. 5, 4, listen to your breath. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the body up. Exhale, release the hands, bring them onto the knees. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. And we're going to do one breathing exercise to close the practice. So as you inhale, lift your hands slightly off the knees, close the eyes. And as you exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, lift the hands that little bit higher. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, lift, use the inhale. Feel like the inhale is lifting, stretching those arms up. Exhale, every last drop of exhale. And right as the hands ground down, you empty your body completely. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take a moment. Feel grounded. And then maybe releasing the feet and coming to lie on your back. Letting the legs drop out to the side, letting the hands and arms drop out to the side. Breathing deeply. That inhale takes into the body everything you need. And that exhale allows you to melt further into gravity. The facial muscles release, the forehead flattens, the eyelids grow heavy, the jaw drops back, the tongue relaxes in the mouth as you exhale. The shoulders release, the shoulder blades sink into the floor, the arms feel heavy as you exhale. The hips, the torso, the back releases. Those hips feel heavy, your whole body grounded as you exhale. Your legs, your feet, your toes relax. Your legs feel heavy as you exhale. Letting the rise and the fall of the breath just wave over your body now. Noticing that rhythm without having to change it. Knowing that you are safe, that you have all you need right now. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. Allowing gratitude to bubble up. Allowing a soft smile to pass across your lips. And knowing that it is in your nature to observe these feelings without needing to interact, act, or change them. Love is the essence of human existence. This is what you are made to do. I am going to leave you here in your Shavasana. When you are ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch in any way you'd like to. Come back up to seated, have a few moments of reflection, journal, smile. But for now, just relax. Like I said, there's nothing else for you to do. If you would like to make a donation for this class on my PayPal, then you are more than welcome to. It's paypal.me/Medic Yogi. I'll put it in the comments. Thank you.